For those of you currently on the Agent Locator platform and have a branded website with us, this quick tutorial is going to show you how to add a user or a lead to Streetmatch without having to go to the landing page to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is log into your Agent Locator CRM system and head on over to this account tab. It's a little silhouette of a man, and you're going to see an option for Streetmatch. When you click Streetmatch, what's going to happen is it's going to open up this page, but within the legacy side of your CRM system. So this is a previous version of Agent Locator where our current Streetmatch is currently situated. So here you will see any existing leads that are currently set up on Streetmatch. And if you wish to add someone new, you're going to go to this little section right here and simply go Add New. When you add new, a dialog will pop up and you can type the lead's name. So let's say I type in Jason because my lead's name is Jason. You can do first and last name or just the first name. And when you go next, it's going to show you any leads that are existing in your CRM system. So instead of creating a new lead specifically for Streetmatch, if that lead already exists, you're going to go select and you're going to set the account up on Streetmatch. If you wanted to create a new one, you can definitely just create the new lead. Now, you have three different options when it comes to setting up a lead on Streetmatch when you're doing it manually. The first option is to match a home that is in a specific radius of the home. So this option right here, is the specific radius of the home. You have it so that it can match a specific condo building. So if you know that person is located in a condo, it's more or less based on the address of the condo building itself. Or if you have somebody that perhaps lives on a very unique street and you only want to notify them of homes that are going up for sale that are on their specific street. So for this one, I am going to do radius. And so once you go next, it's going to show you a map, of course, and you're simply just going to put in the address of the individual. Ormond Drive. So you select the address that you're going to do it. You're going to notice that this little radius pops up. You have the option right here to change that radius. So if you wanted it to be a 300-meter radius, you can definitely do that, or bigger. Of course, the properties that are closest to their home are going to be the most reflective of what they're potentially going to be able to gain for their home in many scenarios, not all. Now, you also have the ability to select what type of home you're going to notify them about. So this is a detached home, that much I know, but maybe I also want to make sure that they get notified if a link goes up for sale as well in that area. So you're just going to simply hold the control button down on your keyboard to make the additional selections. And once you've done all this, you're going to go on to the next step. Here is where you're going to set up the notifications. So you're going to set up on the listing notifications. For users that are not on TREB, you have, which is the Toronto Real Estate Board, you have only the option at this point in time to show new listings. So it would send that lead any new listing that comes on the market. Now, if you are a TREB member, we fortunately have access to sold listings for you. So you can choose if they only get sold listings and or both new or sold listings. So you get to choose how that will function. There is a section here as to whether or not you want to get notified every time a listing comes on the market within that radius for that seller. In the majority of cases, you're going to be selecting this as no. Because if you had 50 people on here, you're going to get emails all the time about the listing, the sold activity, things like that. I recommend if you are, strictly monitoring somebody, or you have a strong seller and you want to kind of stay on top of those listings so you can communicate with that lead about those new listings, then have it on yes, of course. But you don't want to be inundated with all these notifications, which then you just become less responsive to them. Now, this section here is to notify you if the client is selling, and yes, you would want to know if that specific address went up for sale. Do we want to notify the lead? Yes, we would want to notify the lead of all those listings that are coming on the market. Now you can also check the frequency. So unless you're in a super like high turnover area where there's always new listings or always sold listings, I would keep this on daily, because what this system does is it just checks daily to see if there's any new listings in that area to send to them. But you can scale it back to just once a week or once a month if you choose to. You then also have the ability to select the time of day that those listings would get sent out to that individual. Once you're done this, you're just simply going to hit finish or close the window, and if we refresh this page, we're going to notice that the newest lead is added to the bottom of the list. Now let's say I wanted to edit this person's Streetmatch. All you're going to do is click on the address, and it's going to pull up these additional settings so you can adjust the property types in the meter. Once you're in the edit section, you have the ability to move this. So maybe I want this moved over this way a little bit more to grab some of these properties and so on and so forth. Again, just make sure you save it if you do that. You also have the ability to go through some of these those other options as far as notifications. If you need to make any tweaks to that, you have the ability to do so. So there you have it. This is how you would manually add somebody to Streetmatch. Should you require any assistance with respect to your Streetmatch tool, please contact support@agentlocator.ca.